Welcome to this video. My name is Eva, and in this video I talk about the 4 stages of relationships that relationships go through. Why? Because oh my god, I wished I had this information when I was in my last relationship, because I didn't know and I think know about this concept. And I think if I would have known about this concept, my god, it would have been so much better. So the first stage is the honeymoon stage. The honeymoon stage is basically when you just get to know someone, you're really excited, both people are really committed, they really want to put everything into their relationship, you want to see the other person a lot, you're just very happy and very in love, and yeah, you're just really excited about the other person. And this phase of a relationship can last between 2 months or 2 years, but it also can be affected by bigger life situations. So for example, if you're in a long distance relationship, maybe it can stay a little bit longer, but if you already move in after maybe 2 months, it can be a little bit shorter. And it usually ends when one of the two people fall out of the honeymoon stage. So that's when the second stage starts. And I mean, every relationship is different, and but in general, this is just a construct that was observed by most relationships. So the second stage is kind of the power stage. It is when things change. So it's when certain dynamics happen. So for example, you have the pursue withdraw dynamic, the anxious avoidant dynamic. You have maybe where the man is, for example, really authoritarian, so he becomes kind of the father, and the woman is maybe putting herself down, so it's becoming a little bit of a child. Or maybe the girl is very what, or maybe if it's two women in one relationship, the one woman is very motherly and the other woman is very childish. So you have certain dynamics that happen that are not really great, and also that's when at least one, and then usually also the other person as well, you start to see the flaws in the other person. So in the honeymoon stage you have like the love goggles on, and now in this stage you kind of see the flaws, and you also think a little bit, can this work? There is some uncertainty in it. Yeah, you like, it's not smoothing, like it's not sailing so smooth anymore. It's a little bit rocky. And then now, like, that's where most or many relationships stay at for many people, because they don't really know, like they don't go to couple therapy, or they don't work on themselves, so they never reach the third stage. And the third stage is the one where it's about commitment and growth, and I didn't know about it. So when I was in my relationship, when we were in this second stage of the power struggle, and I just was so overwhelmed and I didn't know what to do. I didn't have the tools, so we broke up. But if you don't break up and both people decide to actually decide for the relationship and to actually decide to work on themselves and to put everything in motion to work on themselves so that they can make the relationship work, that's where the commitment and growth happens within the relationship. So because we separated, I did this growth by myself. Like I read so many couple therapy books. I read so many books about how to actually have a healthy relationship, like Gottman. I did so much also work on myself, like therapy work on myself, inner child work, shadow work, like all of that. And but if you're a couple and you commit for the relationship and you say, hey, let's do this together, you can actually do it as a couple and work on yourself for the relationship. And 2 questions that you should ask yourself is, what does this relationship need from me? And the second one is, how am I contributing to this negative dynamic that is happening? And to really see at the dynamics, for example, pursue, withdraw, anxious, avoidant, to not see it, oh, my partner is a terrible person, but see it more as, okay, how do I show up in the relationship that it is not working perfectly or fine. How do I have to change my mindset? How do I have to show up in better ways? And how can we together as a team work through those negative dynamics? That's actually where the growth happens. Really take responsibility for your actions and take responsibility for how you show up. And I think that many years ago people didn't really know so much about it, but now there's so much information out there about couple therapy, about also therapy, how to heal your inner wounds. So a big part, I think, is also to recognize what is my own things that I need to work on, like how do I project certain things on my partner, and how do I take control over my own emotions. And so for me a big part was how to learn to soothe myself, to be with myself, and to go through this healing. And you can go through this healing together as a team, or you can, if you separate it, you can grow by yourself by doing therapy and character, like working on your character, etc. And then the next stage is going to happen, the the next stage is going to happen, the thriving stage. And that is when you both worked really hard on this grow stage, and you then can actually have a better communication. You can appreciate your partner more. You have maybe a different point of view about love and relationship that is more realistic, and you can actually start to work together as a team, and you can start to be there for each other, and to work with your partner instead of against your partner. And those stages, like, it's a model that comes from psychology, from relationship psychology, but I think there's so much truth in it, and I think it's so important to know about it, because what happens to many people, and probably myself included, is after this honeymoon stage, when the power struggle happens, and when, for example, the dynamics happen, like push and pull, what maybe some people, they think, oh, my partner is wrong, he's the wrong partner for me, so I just need to break up and find a new partner who's better for me, instead of realizing, if this dynamic, like, obviously all of this doesn't apply to abusive relationships, this is kind of like normal relationships, but to realize, okay, what is my part, and to heal from your past, because it's so important. Because if you don't heal and you don't look at how you showed up in a relationship, you will completely repeat the same pattern, most probably with a new partner. So I don't say like you should not find someone who's more compatible, but just to also implement this, and to emphasize the importance of growth and of healing. And if you really do this healing stage, you can benefit your relationship so much more. And I think that my perception of what love really is has changed drastically. I think for me now, what love really is of course wanting the best for the other person, but also just deciding to work on yourself and deciding to work on the relationship. So love for me is really effort that you put in the relationship, and effort that you put in yourself, so that you can show up better as a person. And I think that there's this quote which is, like, my partner should love me for who I am. And of course, like, your partner should love you for who you are, like your character. But for example, if you have unhealthy coping mechanisms, or unhealthy communication skills, that is not you. That is just something that you have learned, maybe from your childhood or from society. That is not healthy, and you should unlearn it so that you can show up better in a relationship. So I think we should never use this like, my partner should just love me for who I am, as an excuse not to work on ourselves. Because, for example, if you are very, like, avoidant, and you cannot really talk about conflicts, then this is not, like, it's not so much your personality. Maybe your personality is to be more introverted, but you not being able to really talk about conflicts or problems and avoiding the whole situation, that is a negative pattern that you have learned, and that you can unlearn in order to have a healthier relationship. And yeah, it's just really important to separate your unhealthy patterns from your character and from your personality. So I really wish that I would have known about these stages of a relationship, because I could have said after the power struggle, okay, maybe my partner is not that wrong for me, because maybe we just need to work through certain things together. And yeah, just having that option in your mind is, I think, really powerful, if you stay together or not. But just trying, just having a shift of perspective can probably help. So that was the video for today. Maybe you have experience already with those stages, maybe you have a different opinion. I'm, as always, very excited to learning new things and hearing about new perspectives. So if you have a different perspective or a similar perspective, then write it down in the comment section. Also, I'm currently working on a one-on-one coaching program, because I'm a certified nutritionist and I help people to shift their diet to reach more vitality and health. So if you're interested in that, definitely check out my website. If the coaching program is already open for you to register, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you within my coaching program, or maybe I see you in a different way. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel for new content. Also, if you like this video, if you found it helpful, give it a like. And yeah, just thank you so much. If you also have maybe someone who's struggling with relationships and who should watch this video, send this video to them. That would mean the world to me. So yeah, I hope you have a beautiful day and see you in my next video.